Okay, so this is a reading for Coach, and just a quick reading. I was going to do one card, but while I was shuffling, actually 3 cards fell out. So I'm just going to kind of combine them all together because typically that means that there's a message in there for you and one card wasn't enough. So the way this works is sometimes people have a question, a specific question. I don't ask people for a specific question if they've never had a reading because I like them to be able to kind of experience the first reading without that. And when you do have a question, then I don't like to know what it is. I like to give you the reading and do it. Now, you should know that when I do a full reading, I pull out anywhere from 11 to 15 cards, sometimes more, it just depends. And it tells a whole big story. When I only do 1 card, or in this case 3, it's just going to skim the surface a little bit. So if you have questions after, that's okay. You're certainly welcome to ask whatever you'd like to ask. But I did start this by asking for grace, clarity, compassion, and objectivity, and so that my personal opinions and experiences would not influence the message. So I'm using actually the Enchanted Map deck, and Oracle is all about life path, and it focuses on physical, emotional, and spiritual balance. And so very often the cards that come up are about how to achieve balance, or if someone's struggling with something, how to kind of gain some clarity. Sometimes sometimes the cards are reward cards, and they say if you continue on the path that you're on, then these are the things that could happen. And sometimes they're encouragement cards, and an encouragement card is something that gives you specific advice. And the 3 cards that fell out for you are kind of interesting because they're kind of neither. The first card that came out was Dry Desert, the second one was Field of Dreams, and the third is Spirit of Place, and it came in reverse, which just means it came upside down. And that means that there's something that you need to pay special attention to. And so, since I want to keep this very kind of quick and to the point, I'm just going to summarize the 3 of them together for you. But Dry Desert, this one is... the encouragement with this card is that now is the time for you to develop resiliency and to be adaptable. And this card also suggests that things aren't always what they seem on the surface, and that if you really want to get to the truth of the matter, whatever the matter is that you have to dig a little bit deeper. And sometimes when this card comes up, the person is kind of in a place where they feel like they're not moving forward, or something's not happening as quickly as they would like. Other times it has more to do with being able to look at things with clarity and objectivity. Because sometimes if we get emotional about things, we don't see things quite as clearly as we could, and then sometimes we make choices that aren't the most productive, or we make no choice at all, and we don't want to miss any opportunities. Now the second card, it's interesting that you got these 2 cards together, because the next card is Field of Dreams, and Field of Dreams, which is oddly appropriate for the coach, Field of Dreams is all about that build it and they will come mentality, and being very clear about what you want. But it's really a card about potential, and the message with this, when it comes with Dry Desert, I'll show you the cards. There's Field of Dreams. When this comes together, it means with the Dry Desert, you're being asked to dig a little deeper and really get to the truth of the matter. On an emotional level, the message is to be very clear about what you want, about where you're going, and how you're going to get there. And then Field of Dreams is all about potential. If you are very clear, adaptable, and really digging deep, this is a little bit about a come to Jesus meeting with yourself. But the potential of the things that could be coming to you are much greater than you can imagine. You know, I tell people all the time to dream big, and they'll tell me something, and then I'll say dream bigger. And so when you get a card like Dry Desert that's asking you to really look beyond what's on the surface, and then you get Field of Dreams right next to it, the suggestion is that there's something big coming for you, an opportunity, or that it's very possible that you're about to move on to the next level in some way, whether that's with your job or something that you're working toward. And because this is about physical, emotional, and spiritual balance, it really could be in any one of those areas. It could be in all of those areas. Because these cards come together, it seems like it's a little bit bigger. And then the third card is Spirit of Place. And Spirit of Place is all about authenticity and really just being free to be who you are and being quite honest with yourself. So you have 3 cards here that are all about being honest and really looking at things from all angles and watching for big opportunities and developing resilience and becoming more than you are right now. So if there is an area in your life that's not exactly where you would like it to be, the suggestion here is that you can have it, and it's yours, and Spirit is just waiting to give it to you. You need to be willing to, with the Field of Dreams card, you need to be willing to do the work. And on a physical level, that is continuing to take care of yourself and being cognizant of everything that comes in, whether it's what you're eating or what you're thinking or how you're speaking. And the one thing that I think, because Spirit of Place came in reverse, it suggests that there's something that you either feel like you don't deserve, or that the time isn't right, or that you're not ready for. And Spirit wants you to know that you are worthy, and that all the opportunities that come to you are coming to you or designed specifically for you. So if you happen to come across something in your life where you feel like you're not ready, Spirit says you are ready. And if you are willing to be very honest with yourself, live very authentically, be adaptable, and willing to move forward in a very assertive way, then all of your dreams can be yours, and Spirit is right there with you. So if there's something that you're waiting for because the time isn't right, you're being asked to be a little bit brave and a little bit of a risk taker. And if you're not real clear, or if you're not real sure about the opportunities that are coming to you, you're being asked just to dig a little bit deeper and look past the surface. This is also with people, with relationships. Don't be afraid to really investigate and be very curious about the people in your life, because things are never exactly what they seem, and there's some information there that's going to help you continue to move forward and progress, and help you live a very edifying and fulfilling life. And this is actually a really lovely spread, because essentially it's just saying, dig deep, be honest with yourself, be objective, use your talents, and the world is yours. So that's quite lovely. My power just went out. Okay. If you have any questions, you know where to find me.